Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Hunter Tuned. Today, we have a cooler on the ground, and we're gonna see what's in the cooler. What's in the cooler, guys? What do you think? You wanna leave some comments down below real quick? Pause the video. Let me know what you think's in the cooler. What's in the cooler? And yeah, my lens keeps fogging up because it's very humid outside. And yeah, good day for a cooler because it's like 62 degrees out. I'm in Wisconsin. Today is very warm, record warmth. Hopefully it doesn't fog up. I'm gonna open this cooler. There we go. Got all the screws out of the cooler. Let's see what's inside. After I wipe the lens off again. Here we go. What's in here? What do we got? A bunch of peanuts. Oh my god, I better shut the door. The peanuts are gonna go everywhere. I'm really sorry about it fogging up. No! Fucking peanuts. Fucking peanuts. Okay. Well guys, first couple guesses on Facebook were little engine, gas powered cooler, it can't be as easy as beer, drugs, and a kidney. Did you guys guess down below? I don't know if you did or not, but we got the new Grom engine for the green bike, and Mike O'Connell sent it over in the cooler and some extra parts and goodies as well. So I had Mike go through this thing. I'm gonna get this thing up on the table and I'm gonna show you a little bit more with it once I get the rest of the peanuts off of it. All right guys, so I got the cooler opened up and I got my new motor for my green Grom and had Mike at MoPower hook it up with the big connecting rod that he offers. So a stock Katako rod that I'm actually doing on this bike right now. Right here, you have to bore out the small end of the connecting rod on this to fit for like a big 210 or 223cc sized cylinder and piston. You have to bore out this wrist pin on this Katako rod. So his new rod is a lot thicker on the wrist pin end and it's just overall a bigger rod. So he pressed that onto a new Katako crank for me, and he had cases available that I bought from him, and he gave me a screaming deal and just put it all together for me, considering what happened to the last setup. So this is the new motor for the green Grom, and we're going to be putting it in and hopefully making some good power. I have a dyno day scheduled on a motorcycle dyno that I'm going to compare back to my dyno and see how they vary and stuff like that. But this is a 210cc. I went with a 210 instead of a 223 just because I think we can always go bigger later, but I think the smaller displacement will actually be happier at higher RPM than the bigger displacement will. So that's kind of my theory. Also, we went to a 40mm throttle body. This thing is frickin' ginormous. This is like damn near a stock Honda Civic throttle body, for Christ's sake. So yeah, anyways, he put it all together, did a bang up job, cleaned up a lot of the stuff, like my transmission had some gunk in it that he cleaned up, and he gave me some monkey covers. So these are off a Honda Monkey, and they're more matchy to the rest of it. And you know, we used like the Grom covers here, monkey cover here, and then we have the clutch cover on that side. So I mean, this thing is just awesome, and I can't wait to show you guys more. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you want to see more of this thing. I can't wait to put it to use, and I'm honestly probably going to be putting it in the next day or two. So very excited. Also got a massive fuel line from him. So this is the upgraded fuel line for the Grom, and can't wait to be using that as well with the decapped Hunter Tune injector. Hopefully we'll have enough fuel to feed this beast. So I'm very excited. May throw in some pictures here at the end of Mike putting it together and showing the big rod and stuff like that. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. And I'm going to continue building this blue bike right now. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. We got the big 210 motor all installed into the Grom. I'm actually in the process of installing a Fueltech FT450 on this bike now, and I've been filming the process of how to do that on this bike. But I did put about 50 miles or so on this new motor with the A-Racer Mini 5 ECU, which the Mini 5 barely runs this 170 bike that well. So I can't wait to get a proper ECU in this thing and really see its true potential, but it's already stupid torquey. Like, it's got a lot of mid-range power, and that big throttle body is a pain in the ass to tune, let me tell you. This big giant throttle body with this little motor, it's really kind of hard to get it to, you guys could probably hear in the video, it was like idle surging, and I couldn't get it to idle for like a day or two. That was really tricky to get this thing to, you know, be happy. I burned out 202 sensors just trying to get it to idle. So hopefully all the headaches with this giant throttle body will pay off when we hit the dyno, and I just have a ton of fun with this bike. So I'm really excited to show you more with the Fueltech. I don't know what else to say. Thanks to Mike for putting this thing together, and he does all the case boring and you know, the big rod install and stuff like that. I'd have to send a lot of the stuff to him anyway, so I figured, hey, if it's there and you want to give me a deal putting it together, it saves me some time. So yeah. The only thing I have noticed about this big 210 engine, it's got titanium retainers in the head, and it's just a really big engine. And since I had such an issue with getting it to start and just getting it to idle like smoothly, I was like having to crank the throttle right when I first fired this motor. It was just whop, whop, whop. Brand new first startup. So and it is a little noisy. I think a lot of the noise from this engine, it's just like it's got a little bit of like clattery noise to it. And I think it's just because this throttle body is so big, it resonates all the sound from the motor right out the throttle body. And the throttle body literally pokes straight up, like right at your ear hole. So I'm thinking that might be kind of why it's a little noisier, and just being a really giant piston, and just the motor in general is really big for the size of the case. I think these bigger motors are just a little noisier than like a stock bike or even a 170. So I'm hoping that's kind of why it's a little noisy, but needless to say, I can't wait to get her tuned in and just get it ripping. I'm jonesing to go ride it again, but it's getting cold here and we're ready to get the ice shack out and put the studded tires on these bikes and go rip them on the lake. So really excited. Stay tuned, guys, and thanks for watching. Have a great night and a better tomorrow.